Is Johnny Bsement. We're back here in the basement. Finally, 3 times the charm again. 3 times the charm again. And we're back here and we're ready to go. Yankees are already 1-2-3 with Carlos Rodon in the first inning. Now Juan Soto's up. We got a runner on second, which would be Gleyber Torres. Now we're caught up. I don't know what's going on. It won't give me the chat. It won't give me the chat every time. And now I don't know what to do with my remote. I was so focused on that. We got basement technical difficulties everywhere. Oh, there it is. I see it. Hold on. Full count on Juan Soto right now. The Yankees should sweep the pathetic Rockies. The Rockies are thanking the high heavens that the Chicago White Sox are in existence because they're the only team that's worse than them is the White Sox. Soto took the walk, so he got first and second now. Aaron Judge coming up. This guy has been cranking home runs every single game. Aaron Judge leads the league in batting average. Oh, the last 99 games. The last 99 games, he leads in all the statistics. Now, he's going for the Triple Crown. He does lead the league in home runs, RBIs. He's second in batting average to Bobby Witt. I know Bobby Witt is hitting like 352 as of yesterday. I don't know about what's going on today. As of yesterday, he was hitting 352, and Judge is hitting 334. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that Judge is behind. Otherwise, he's going to go for that Triple Crown. Bobby Witt is killing it this year for the Royals. He's the only trailing in the batting average, but the last 99 games, Judge has been killing it in all of it. All of it. Judge was non-existent in April, by the way. Does anybody remember that? He was non-existent in April. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike on him right now. 2 balls and a strike. Who do we got? Lamario, hockey. What's going on, Lamario? Long time no see, man. Good to see you back in here, man. I know I just got back going again last week, man. Lamario's in the basement. First dweller accounted for. OG cellar dweller, Gunner's in the basement. What's going on, Gunner? Judge got a double play. 1 out, 2 out. So Torres moves to third. Judge bounced into a double play. Yes, he's human. So now we got Giancarlo Stanton coming up, who hit a 3-run homer the other day, by the way. He's hitting 241. He's been doing well, too. Kings fan in the basement again. Kings fan supporting the channel. He is second day in. Second day in. What's going on, man? Cole was good yesterday and the whole Rocco. Chill. Cole was good yesterday and the whole pitching staff. Yeah, man. Cole did very well yesterday. And Nestor, of course, the game I called the other night. Yeah, yesterday was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Kings fan. I wasn't going to be on for that. But he did pitch very well. The bullpen, we got a fully rested bullpen after Luis Gil got hurt. When he threw his back out, we unloaded the entire bullpen in that game and still lost. Now, Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run yesterday. That was like all arms. He didn't even use his body. It was insane how he hit that, man. He leaned into it and just really went by all arms. Stanton, deep center. Oh, just short of the warning track. So the Yankees don't get any runs. We had 2 guys on with nobody out, and Judge and Stanton didn't come through, but hey, they're human. Welcome back. Welcome back, Punjab. It is cool to see you in here, man. Keep stopping through. Jazz Jr., yes, Jazz Chisholm is back tonight. Thank goodness. The biggest fears that he was going to be injured for a long time. You guys see the basement mascot. He's looking. He's looking to bark. He's looking. He's fighting sleep right now. He's fighting sleep. But there he is. He's fighting sleep. He's a little irritated right now. Manav, OG cellar dweller accounted for. Manav's in the basement. What's going on, Manav? All right, Rocco. He wants to get on camera and say what's up to everybody. Show off his Aaron Judge jersey again. What's going on, Manav? Manav, do you have Rock's YouTube channel? I don't think you were in when I put it in. I'm going to put the link in here, Manav. And anybody else, go on Rock's channel. She shows off Bella the bird and Manav. She's been showing her cooking. Manav, Rock has been showing her cooking. Let me put the link in there so you can get on there, Manav. I know how much you love the food. There he is in his Aaron Judge jersey. Rocco's showing off his stuff. New York, there it is, showing off his stuff. So he's fighting sleep again, but he's getting tired. You guys know the deal with Rocco. Yeah, they have a game and a half lead over the ball. By the way, we got the easy schedule, man. Come on. We got the Rockies and the Nationals, and Baltimore does not. They got Houston, and I think they play the Dodgers after that. Let's look at Baltimore's schedule. I mean, we can really start pulling away. We got – I mean, come on, man. The Rockies are trash. I'm going off the top of my head, but I think they're like 47-89. Let's see here. Baltimore they're playing the Astros today. They lost them yesterday 6-0, which helped us. It sucks to have to go for the Astros, but we are. They have the Astros tomorrow and Sunday. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Then they have the Dodgers. We can really pull away because we got the Rockies and the Nationals. After that, the Orioles have the Rockies and the White Sox. So we really got to take advantage of this time right now. We got to go for Houston, guys. Sorry, we all hate the Astros, but we got to go for them. Got to go for them. That's just the way it is. I watched part of the game last night, and I was going for the Astros. I hate saying it, but I did. So, we got to take advantage playing the crappy Rockies and then the crappy Nationals. We got to take advantage of this. We have to. Rodon didn't pitch too well last game, but he's been pitching better as of late. But there's really no excuses. Anything short of a sweep of this team there's no excuse to drop any games to this crappy team. Like we should have swept the White Sox, but that's under the bridge now. The Rockies are, what did I say they were, 47-89? Let's see. I bet you I'm close. The Rockies are 47-81. It's pretty close. Pretty close. So we already got one out. Let's see. Manav, great one faded Gunner and you going back home to work from work in a few minutes. Manav, I'm going to drop the link in there, man, so you can check it out. How is that lasagna, Gunner? Because of my health issues, I can't eat it, but I promise you it's delicious. Promise you it's delicious. Rock does not fool around. Thank you for commenting on her channel, Gunner. Much appreciated by us both, man. She's building it. She's definitely building it. Punjab, hopefully Astros can come in clutch today and beat. I know. We got to go for them. It's the way. First time, me too. First time I'm supporting them too. And really supporting them. Because it just helps us. We can't sit there and want Baltimore to win. We need them to win. I know it's hard to support them. Rizzo's coming back soon, and Clark Schmidt. Man, we need Clark Schmidt back. Get our pitching back solid. Again, Jazz not being out for the rest of the year. I was so worried about that. What a spark plug that guy is. And he steals bases along with Volpe. Rocco, what is up tonight, man? What is going on with you? His arthritis has really been acting up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Punjab, you're new in here, so you don't know. But Rocco, my dog, is almost 14. He'll be 14 in October. He's got really bad arthritis, so he has on medication there. He will eventually fall asleep, but he's when it's flaring up, he gets a little edgy. So everybody else in here is used to it. So I'm just giving you a heads up. And Rizzo's coming back. Yankees getting healthy again. Yep, at a good time. Amen. We're lucky with that slump we had. We're lucky we're even near first place. Thank you, Soto and Judge. And Stanton going down didn't help. Stanton was doing really well before he got injured. I mean, the guy's hitting 241. That's like 300 for him. And he's got over 21 home runs now. So that's huge too. And he's proven that you don't just pitch around Judge now to get to Stanton. And Austin Wells too. Shout out there. I think I mentioned this the other night. Why is Trevino getting all those starts? I don't hate Trevino. I like Trevino. He's a great defensive catcher. He's better than Wells at defensive catching. There's no doubt about it. But who's got the hot bat? Wells. What do we need right now? Hitting. So just replace him later in the game if you need to with Trevino. Come on, somebody get it. There you go. Soto's got it. Here we go. Another 1, 2, 3. Let's go, guys. Let's score. Let's have a party. Jazz, Trevino, and Volpe. Trevino's playing tonight. Love to support the basement community in any way I can. Much appreciated, Gunner. Much appreciated. When I see Manav back in here, I'm going to drop the link again because he loves the cooking. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So she's going to be doing a lot more of that also. So that's cool. Gunnar, I was going to ask you something about the Bills tonight. When coming on, I had something in my mind about the Buffalo Bills, and I lost it, man. It's gone. It's gone. I love pasta. It must be the Sicilian in me. Oh man, Gunnar, there's some things I can't eat anymore because of my health issues, man. I can't. And trust me and believe how much. Yeah, using Truba's line, trust and believe, but trust and believe, man. I miss it, and I promise you, it's amazing. It's amazing. Everything from scratch, man. Everything from scratch. So we got Jazz back. Rizzo's coming back, who hopefully Rizzo does a lot better than he did. You know, when he got hurt, he was only hitting like 228. He wasn't doing that well. And I know what I was looking up now for you guys. I know what I was looking up for you guys, man. One second. Sorry, I'm texting with Dez. Sorry, guys. You already know the deal.
Michael, I asked him if there were any limitations in him coming back, and he said no. Once they got the results of the test, he knew he was going to be okay. There are no additional things that he needs to do to prepare. The only thing he needs to make sure doesn't happen, which I think is out of
I have this thing I pulled up on Judge. You guys think I was typing this humongous, incredible thing, and I'm not. I typed like 3 sentences. Check this out. That's not it. I just had it. No. I screenshotted it, now I lost it. We're in the basement. That's why this stuff happens. I should be prepared and have it written down and ready to go, but I'm not a professional. I'm a fan. So Trevino's up right now. We got 1 out. Jazz already got out. Aaron Judge at the end of April, at the end of the first month, basically, he was hitting 220. He's hitting 334 now. He hitting 220 at the end of April. He only had 22 hits with 6 home runs and 17 RBIs in 27 games. In 27 games, he only had 6 home runs and 17 RBIs, hitting 220 at the end of April. Look at him now. 334, 48 bombs, and 115, give or take, RBIs. Insane turnaround. You guys see the Seattle Mariners manager just got fired after getting swept by the Dodgers? They had a 10-game lead. I think, at the 4th of July weekend over Houston. There's a 15-game turnaround for Houston, and they're up by 5 over the Mariners now. Scott Service, boom, see ya. Wow, that is a hell of a turnaround in that short of a time. A 15-game turnaround. They were 10 games out of first, Houston. Now they're 5 games up. Wow. That gets people fired. So Volpe, who's been struggling, and Verdugo, who's been struggling, yet again, don't get a day off. They're both playing today. Verdugo's in like a 2-month slump, and Volpe has a weird slump. He's like really hot. I have his numbers too. I'll look it up in a minute. And then he's really bad. Then he's really hot. Then he's really bad. And there he is. He just grounded out on the third pitch he faced. 3 up, 3 down. Jazz, Trevino, and Volpe, 3 up, 3 down. OG Cellar Dweller, Bruin's in the basement. What's going on, man? We're hanging in, Bruin. What's the new word, man? Getting ready for hockey, man. Hockey and basketball. I can't wait. Bruin, we got some exciting things coming up. The Bruins and the Rangers and the Knicks and your Celtics. This is going to be a fun season. A fun season. Gunnar, it doesn't matter who you start the season. It matters where you end it, right? Remember, Pittsburgh started 11-0 in 2020. Remember that? Very good call, Gunnar. Very good call. I know. You know what's funny, man, is listen, I'm not even talking Super Bowl when I talk about the Jets. But it's really funny to listen to the sports debate shows and topics in the media. A lot, not all, but a lot of the media. Now, I don't expect the Jets to beat the 49ers on Monday Night Football. I don't. But some of the media is the Jets are going to get embarrassed and blown out by San Francisco on that Monday. No, they're not. If they lose, then at the worst, they would lose by 10. I don't see a blowout embarrassment game happening. What, Brock Purdy's going to lighten up the Jets' defense? Brock Purdy's going to light them up? I don't think so. I'm sorry. He's going to be under duress the whole game. I don't see them losing by more than 10 points. I think they're going to lose. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. That's the game I expect them to lose, and I expect them to be like 5-0 after the first 6 weeks. But they're not going to get blown out. And embarrassed? No. I don't see that. Wow. OG blast from the past day. Peso is in the basement. Peso, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here. Peso's back, guys. Peso. OG, man, what is happening? Peso, how you been, man? What's the good word? All right, Rodon's pitching a great game, as he should. We're playing Colorado. Peso, I know. Isn't this awesome, man? Peso's up. Gunner, not Gunner. Bruin, you dropped something in the Discord, right? I wanted to mention. Oh, I know what it was. You dropped it the other day. It was the Kirk McLean. That was a good one, Bruin. What an underrated goalie, Kirk McLean. Underrated. That's what I wanted to talk with you about the other day. And I had his numbers. I'm not a Kirk McLean historian, so they're not off the top of my head. He was a great goalie, man. Very overlooked. Took the Rangers to 7 games in 1994. We beat them, but man, that was no pushover series. He had a lifelong, when he retired, I almost said his ERA. His GAA was a 2.84 with a 907 save percentage. That's for his career. His career, a 2.84 GAA and a 907 save percentage. That's amazing. Amazing. He's very, very, very underrated, guys. Kirk McLean. That was a good drop, Bruin. I meant to bring that up the other night, man. Everybody, yep, that's right. Everybody be popping. Where's Trouba Train been? I guess these Yankees haven't been playing much talent lately, man. So And Peso, I don't know if you were around, but Mr. Marine is back also. Mr. Marine has finally showed up again. So he's been pretty active, man. He'll pop in here tonight, I'm sure. So here we go. The Rockies have a man on first. It's still 0-0, top of the third. And Rodon has pitched 30 pitches. It's the third inning. This is good. His last start, I think he only lasted 3 innings his last start. He's been pretty solid, and he's had a couple of really good starts where the Yankees just didn't come through for him during our 11-24 streak or whatever that was. Doesn't it seem like we go through that every year? Every year it seems like the Yankees start out hot, then we have that like span. All the teams this year, if you noticed, all the top teams in the league no one's pulling away from anybody. The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, all Baltimore, all these teams are having Cleveland, we're all having hard times. Nobody's pulling away in their divisions, and they're not taking advantage of teams they should be taking advantage of. It's just the way it is. This year, it's weird. There's no dominant team, and everybody thought the Dodgers were going to be breaking regular season records this year. Not the case. One of the last stand-up goalies, too. Yeah, no doubt. He was a pure stand-up goalie. Like Igor. Igor's like more of a butterfly goalie, man. Yeah, the stand-up goalies are like a thing of the past. Vasilevsky's a stand-up goalie. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Right there. You see him right there. Boom. There he is. Right there. So he's a first ballot Hall of Fame. He's already the greatest goalie in the game for a long time. I know that's changing now. He's getting older, but still. Can you imagine having him on your team as your backup? I mean, look at the Rangers with Jonathan Quick. What an amazing backup to have. There's no position you could put Jonathan Quick in that he hasn't been a part of. You need veteran goalies like that can still play at an elite level. When Igor struggled in January, Quick brought us through. OG Cellar Dweller, Trouba train, your ears must have been ringing because I just said I haven't seen Trouba lately. It's amazing because the Yankees have been playing some garbage teams. And yes, I'm back. So I came back last week. Boom, Trouba and OG Mr. Marine pop in at the same time. They both walk into the door at the same time. Look who's coming back around. And Peso is in here too, fellas, if you didn't see him before. And the regulars, Bruin, Gunner. We got a new guy, Punjab, in here. Manab was here. I don't know what happened to him. We got a new visitor for the second day in a row. New visitor. Punjab is pretty good with the Yankees stuff already. Yep, gang is back together. Amen. Trouba, let's stop the basement. All aboard the Trouba train. OG in the house. Trouba. Good seeing you in here, man. Mr. Marine, Warriors of the Basement. How's everyone doing? Great. Peso, Marine, what's going on? How have you been? Everybody's in here tonight, man, against a team that the Yankees should trample. Should trample. Should. Should trample. So it's still 0-0, 2 outs, man on first. But as I was saying, it's Trouba. All we need now is the Lunicorn. Yeah, Lou has family out for these, I think through Labor Day. So he's been in the chat. But he hasn't been on. He hasn't been on live. He'll be on live, he said, with me on the Jets 49ers Monday night game. Jets 49ers Monday night game he'll be on. Base hit. Here we go. Is this guy going to score from first? Are we going to go down 1-0? Verdugo's got it. Now it's second and third. Come on. Got 2 outs, second and third now. Verdugo's got a great arm, but his bat has been like Antarctica cold. I think he's 2 for his last 31. Rocco, you have to chill. Chill, buddy. I think he's 2 for his last 31. He's been like a 2-month slump. And Volpe, as I was saying, Volpe's been on a severe up and down. And Boone doesn't give these guys, at least give them a day off. Verdugo, for sure, give him a day off. Just put Grisham out there. Put Grisham out there for a day. And Verdugo's been really, really bad at the plate. Good in the field, bad at the plate. These guys in the bottom of the order really got to start picking it up. DJ's been just atrocious at the plate. And I like DJ. I've always liked DJ, man. But, he's 36 years old now. So we got Cabrera. Cabrera's got to be our new utility guy going forward. I like Cabrera, man. The guy is 110% every time he gets his opportunity in the game. I just finished watching Weekend at Bernie's 2. Still good, that movie. Did you really? Was it good? Mr. Marine, I have not seen it. Was it really good? It's the same actors, isn't it? Still Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman, right? Because I'll tell you, I think I told you the new Roadhouse is awful. One of the worst movies. I told you it's the worst movie of recent times since Caddyshack 2, which to me is still the worst movie ever made. Basement mascot. Yeah, Peso. His arthritis is flaring up tonight. I gave him his meds, but they're not really kicking in. I feel bad for him, man. We've had him since he was a puppy, man. Now he's just about 14, Peso. So he was getting up and then sitting down, then getting up and sitting down and rotating around. That's how I know it's flaring up. It's definitely flaring up on him. So let's go, Rodon. Come on, man. Second and third. He's going to get a pitching violation now. Oh, he stepped off the mound. Okay. He's got 43 pitches now in the top of the third inning. Second and third, 2 outs. The number 2 batter, Rogers, is up. 2-2 count. Up, fouled again. Those actors, they are. That's some old school actors right there, man. If you're going to come back with, did you see Richard Dreyfuss is coming back as Matt Hooper for a Jaws movie? A new Jaws movie actually has Hooper, who's the only one left alive. Roy Scheider's gone, and whoever played Quint, I don't remember that guy's name, but he's gone. Oh, he went. Struck him out. There we go. Got out of the inning. New Jaws movie. No. Into the Deep. Richard Dreyfuss will star in the movie Into the Deep. Hey, you got to look it up. I thought it had a different name to it. Well, whatever. I'm already spending too much time on this. Still to say, Peso. Now it is Peso, Lockport, and Mr. Marine all have the same color profile. So now you guys are making me read. Marine, Peso, Lockport has the same one as you guys, so I got to figure out who's talking. New Twister was horrible, Peso. I love the first Twister. The new one is really that bad, huh? As a gamer, the worst movie of the year was Borderlands. Don't know that one, Gunner. You got me on that one. Borderlands. Is that a game? So Anthony Rizzo was 0 for 1 today with 2 walks and a run as a DH. And Clark Schmidt pitched. He was 48 pitches. He was 3 innings, gave up a hit, a run, struck out 6. Oh, the hit he gave up was a home run. John Birdie, remember him? John Birdie should be around. Remember him? John Birdie. Here's Verdugo, 227, 10 home runs, 53 RBIs. I feel like I've been looking at his 10 home runs and 53 ribbies forever. Up! Oh! Good swing by Verdugo, but it was a fly out. I feel bad for him, man. He came out the gate flying for the Yankees in April and May, and he is just falling off a cliff. He is falling off a cliff. Kevin Hart is in it. Yeah, it was bad, Gunner. Oh, Borderlands? That's the one? The Crow? Oh, The Crow is a great movie. That's what Brendan Lee, right? Brandon Lee. Here's Ben Rice. Here's another guy who's been I think he's like 1 for 30. He's been awful too. I mean, he had that great series against the Red Sox. He's fallen off a map. He's falling off a cliff. I mean, we have a lot of guys that are like not just in a slump, they're in like epic dumps. See, that's what I mean. Like, why? They're plugging Rice in repeatedly, man. And Cabrera's been playing pretty well when he's been coming in, man. Why don't you play him a little bit more? Rice is going to get sent back down when Rizzo comes back, right? I mean, they got to take Rice out late in the games for DJ for defensive purposes. I know he was a former catcher there. Rice just struck out. He might be good down the road. I don't know. He might be good down the road, but when we need real playing going on, these guys are struggling. Well, why don't you stick Cabrera in there at first base? The kid can play anywhere. Or put him at first. If you don't want to play DJ right now either because he's struggling, then put Cabrera in. Yesterday, I watched Point Break and the new one. Why did they mess with the original? How was the new Point Break, Mr. Marine? It wasn't good? You watched Point Break and then the new one. Why did they mess with the original? You know what? Because they're going for all this money. They're going for all this money, Mr. Marine. They're bringing back – can't they think of like new ideas for movies? They're bringing back and screwing around with these legends. Like I said, Caddyshack Part 2 is the worst movie I have ever seen of anything. Roadhouse really tested that, but I can't. Caddyshack 2 is the worst. It's like Rich Kotite. As much as I want to make Adam Gase the worst coach in Jets history, I can't take it away from Rich Kotite. Because Adam Gase did win 7 games in his first season. Kotite won 4 games total. Can't take it away from Kotite. He's got that title for life. And he actually had more players to work with than Gase. And I don't even want to sound like I'm defending Gase at all. So Caddyshack 2, as much as I want to give Roadhouse that title, I won't take it away. Caddyshack 2 is still the worst movie I've ever seen. Torres just fouled one off his leg. That's got to sting, man. Trouba, DFA DJ. He's done. Play Wells, Cabrera, and Peraza. Get rid of Holmes. Oh. Trouba, you hit right on what Mr. Marine and I have been screaming about. Clay Holmes. This guy is a clown show, man. Clay Holmes. I said you weren't in the chat the other night when they were playing Detroit. We had the 1-0 lead. These guys will tell you, Trouba, in the 8th inning, I said, man, if the Yankees don't score more than this 1-0 lead, Clay Holmes will come in and blow this game. And sure enough, he did it. He blew that game, man. Holmes is trash. Make Luke Weaver the closer. Anybody. Tommy Kahnle's been pitching really well in the 8th inning. Try him at closer. Weaver or Kahnle are at least worth a shot at trying a closer. Holmes comes in. We've blown 3. He's blown 3-run leads this year. My favorite was the one where we had it down to 1 strike against the Red Sox, and he gives up a home run. His sinkers are landing right over the middle of that plate, and his sliders, too, for that matter. Yeah, DJ's done. I really did like DJ for a long time. But, why are we pushing the envelope with him anymore? You got Oswaldo Cabrera. He's not an everyday player, but the kid is 25, and he has some heads-up play out there. He can field the ball. Put him at first base. Send Rice back down. DFA DJ. I agree with you, man. I agree with you there. And Holmes is just a freaking nightmare. You know what's funny about Holmes? When they bring him in a tie game, like they did the other day when it was 3-3, before we blew the game against the Indians, he had a 1-2-3 inning. It seems like when he comes in without the pressure of actually trying to save it, he does fine. The game's tied. Holmes comes in 1-2-3, which is like never. He reminds me of John Wetland, who it seems like he wanted men on base before he decided to start pitching. Gunnar, with all the remakes they're doing nowadays, I'm afraid I'll try to. Oh man, don't say that. They'll ruin that movie. They'll ruin that movie. Remember Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween? Like the original Halloween wasn't gory. It was just scary. It was a good, creepy thriller. Nothing happened in that movie till like the end of the movie, but the buildup was insane without having to have all the gore and all the other stuff. And then Rob Zombie remakes Halloween, and Michael Myers looked like he'd been working out for the last 15 years. He was like a WWE wrestler. Still, the new one is about 2016. Oh, okay. Yeah, Point Break with Keanu and Patrick Swayze, and I think Anthony Kiedis from the Chili Peppers was in that original Point Break. Gary Busey was in that. Yes. Yep. That first Point Break was money, man. Oh, McHale's Navy with Charlie Sheen. That was good shout out on that. That definitely gets a mention in there, true, but McHale's Navy was terrible. Yeah, that was really bad. I forgot about that one, man. Major League Part 2, Back in Training, or back – was it Major League – was it Back in Training? Whatever the hell it was. Major League Part 2 was awful. That was another bad one. And the third one, Back to the Minors or whatever it was, that was terrible. These are terrible movies. Manav, what are your plans for the weekend? Manav, I got something for you. Hold on, Manav. I don't know what I just did there. Here we go. Hold on, Manav. Manav. Manav and everybody else, this is Rock's YouTube channel. Manav, she does cooking on there. You'd love to see it. And Gunnar can vouch. This is Rock's YouTube channel. We had our parrot on there and cooking Manav. She does lasagna and everything. You got to check it out. There it is. Subscribe to that channel. Check it out, everybody. That's Rock's YouTube channel. Mr. Marine. No. Yeah, Mr. Marine. Gary Busey was good in that movie. Yeah, he was. He was good in that movie. That's back before he lost his mind. The Bad Boy movies, Will Smith and Martin. One of my favorite Martin movies is with Tim Robbins. Oh, Nothing to Lose. Nothing to Lose. That movie is hilarious. Hilarious. So the Yankees are being one hit right now by the Rockies. We have one hit. And I think that was the leadoff hit by Glaber, leadoff double. We have one hit. The Rockies have two. Top of the fourth inning. I mean, let's go, guys. Oh, yeah, I don't like that one either, man. That was a long, incredibly boring movie, Trouba. Part 3, terrible. 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 Good shout out on that one. That was awful. When you said McHale's Navy, it sparked something in my brain. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was another really bad one. Along those lines, too. Oh, I can't think of it. I'll get back to it. Rocky 23 was terrible. It seems like they never end, right? And the Rambo movies. Although I will say, the last Rambo movie, if you don't go in expecting a lot, you don't go in expecting awards, it actually was pretty good. It was entertaining. You don't need your brain. You don't really need to think about anything. The last Rambo was actually okay. If you go in knowing what you're walking into, it's entertaining. If you just want a brainless couple of hours to kill and you don't want to pay attention too much, that's your movie right there. State of Grace with Sean Penn. Oh, wow. You're going back now, man. State of Grace. They were in Hell's Kitchen, right? That was Irish Mafia. That was a good movie. State of Grace was a good movie, man. What was that, from early 90s? Wow, Mr. Marine. That's a huge shout out there. That is who else? Ed Harris and Gary Oldham. Yeah. Judge should have that. Yep. Bruin already subbed. Thanks, Bruin. Yeah, I thought you did. Manav would definitely be into the cooking. I just want to make sure Manav got that too. Peso, you changed your Bruin. We were saying the other day that Lockport and Mr. Marine had the same color profile, and now Peso walked in and he changed it. Peso, thank you, because I see all the pinks popping up, and I'm like, well, which one's this? I'll say it. The new Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen it, Peso. The new Planet of the Apes was really that bad? I didn't see it. I remember the show when I was growing up. I always loved the show. And Mission Impossible, Land of the Lost, Monsters, Twilight. I was a huge Twilight Zone fan when I was growing up. Not the new ones. I mean, the real ones. Oh, all the diehards were great. The one with Samuel Jackson's like really hilarious, man. I love that one. I just the way he talks and the way he is in that movie is just awesome. Peso, that is that is taking initiative, Peso. That's taking initiative, man. Yeah, Manav's been hopping in and out, but since he's so big on cooking, and Rock cooks a lot, and she just did the lasagna, man, that I thought he'd like to see it on there. So appreciate it, Bruin. Yep. Building our channels. I'll start uploading videos again, too, now that we're getting back into the Rangers and the Knicks and the Jets. It's been a long time since I'm excited about all of my teams. The Rangers, Jets, Knicks, and Yankees. I'm excited about all of them. All of them. I think the Rangers and the Knicks have the best shot at championships. The Yankees, I just don't. The Jets are going to make the playoffs. I don't know about – I'm not even mentioning Super Bowls. But the Rangers and the Knicks, I think, have great shots at championships this year. I know how you feel about it, Mr. Marine. I know how you feel about it. I still am going that they really still have a legitimate shot at doing it. That, like I said, it's hard to take away what the Florida Panthers did. They beat the Lightning in the first round, beat the Bruins in the second round, beat the Rangers in the championship round, and then beat Edmonton. They didn't beat any pushovers. There was no cakewalk for the Panthers to win the cup the way they did. They went through some really tough teams. They went through some of the toughest teams in the league. So that was no cakewalk for them. So I give all the respect to the Florida Panthers and what they did. I just feel like our Rangers, man, it's time because our time's running out. Chisholm, boom, got him. 3 up, 3 down. Let's go, Yankees. Can we get a hit against a 47 and 81 team? Can we get more than one hit? Got Soto, Judge, and Stanton coming up. Good movies. Gremlins, Half were good movies. Gremlins. Boy, we're going back. I can't believe I forgot. McHale's Navy Troop. I'm still trying to think of what was the corny movie? It was along those lines of McHale's Navy, Caddyshack 2. I'll give you the name, but it was, if you guys didn't know, there was a part 2 to Christmas Vacation. Part 2 to Christmas Vacation. And it did not have Chevy Chase in it. It had Randy Quaid. This might be, actually, I'll tell you the name of it right now. It's so bad. It's so bad that it actually might top Caddyshack 2. I think it's just I don't want to give that up. Look it up. Google it. Christmas Vacation Part 2. I'm getting the name for you guys right now. Yeah, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure. It got 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. 13%. It got a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 at 13%. It's Cousin Eddie, Randy Quaid. Look, Google it. I'm not kidding you. Christmas Vacation Part 2. It is awful. It is awful. It's so bad. It's like you get tears in your eyes bad. Hold on, guys. Juan Soto's getting up right now. Bottom of the 4th. Nobody's out. He's leading off. We got Soto, Judge, and Stanton. Look at this guy's numbers. If he wasn't playing with Judge, he's hitting 299, 36 bombs, and 93 ribbies with a 1.038 OPS. This guy needs to be signed. They need to sign Juan Soto no matter what. No matter what. I don't care about I say this every stream because that's how serious it is. This is the New York Yankees. How do you break up Judge and Soto? How can you break up Judge and Soto? How can you break that up? You have to sign Juan Soto. What a waste of a year if you don't. Like I said, I have an addiction to jerseys. I like buying jerseys. I will not buy a Juan Soto jersey until I see him extended here. What a waste of money. I will not buy a Juan Soto Yankee jersey if he's not going to be here beyond this year. I just won't do it. I won't do it. I've been tempted, but I won't do it. I'm not going to waste my money on a Juan Soto jersey if they extend him. It's the first thing I'm doing is getting that. But I'm not going to get it for a 1-year guy. Not going to do it. Yeah, mostly all of them are okay. Do you remember when Samuel Jackson he was in Coming to America? He was the guy that was robbing McDowell's. Remember that? That was like when he was first coming around. He was robbing McDowell's. He was the guy that ran in there with the shotgun that Eddie Murphy took away from him. You remember that? That was Samuel Jackson. Aaron Judge. Oh, what a play. What a play by McMahon. Good stab at third base. He just robbed at least a double. That was going right down the line. So Soto's out, Judge is out, and Stanton's coming up. Jelly of the Month Club. Lethal Weapon, all were good. They were all good. I mean, what was the 4th one with Jet Li? That was pretty good. Merton Riggs, he was kicking their asses. The 3rd one, it was okay. Wasn't really big on the 3rd Lethal Weapon. The 4th one I liked, but wasn't really that big on the 3rd one. Donnie Brasco is a classic. Yes, good shout out on that one. Donnie Brasco is a classic. I got to say, though, I hear you, Trouba, on Stanton. But for Stanton missing 6 weeks and batting .240, 21 home runs, and I think he just hit another home run. Stanton putting it out of the park. He hit a 3-run homer yesterday. For Stanton this season, though, Trouba, I hear you on what you're saying. I'm not arguing it. But this year, for him to miss 6-7 weeks, he's hitting .241. Now he has 23 home runs. I missed the RBIs. But he just knocked it out of the park. 1-0 Yankees, thanks to Giancarlo. Truba, I read that. Gunner, one of the dumbest movies. Attacking the Killer Tomatoes. That's like the Toxic Avenger. Anybody see the Toxic Avenger or Hellboy? Those are other hilariously bad, but so bad they're funny. So bad they're funny. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Toxic Avenger, and Hellboy. They're so bad that they're funny. Boom, 1-0 Yanks. Thank you very much, Stanton. Oh, yeah. You know why, Mr. Marine? The first two Terminators were great, but then the theme became old. It became old because it's not – it's like the Jaws movies. The first Jaws scared the country, man. Everybody was terrified to go in the water. It gripped you. Jaws 2, well, a lot of people didn't like it. I like Jaws 2. But it's kind of lost the theme after that. The fear factor part of it was gone. It was gone after that. Didn't exist. I actually liked the first series and the second. I just didn't like what was the very first one with Liam Neeson? It was boring. I did like Revenge of the Sith when Darth Vader turned over to the dark side. Revenge of the Sith was good. Attack of the Clones was decent. What was the first one with Liam Neeson? You guys know the one I'm talking about. That one was amazingly boring. So we got Jazz is up right now. 2-2 on Jazz, 1-0 Yankees, and he grounds out. All right, so the home run by Stanton. There we go. Revenge of the Sith, I like Gunner. But what was the one I'm trying to think of? It wasn't Attack of the Clones. I don't know if it's even worth thinking about this long, but now it's on my head. What was the first one? Come on. Thank you, Phantom Menace. Thank you. Thank you. By the way, do you know how many books, Star Wars books, are written? They could keep this franchise going forever. There's actual written, books, novels. There's a ton of Star Wars novels. This franchise could go on forever. Phantom Menace. Yeah, that was the worst one, Gunner. That movie was amazingly boring. Truly, Godfather Part 2 is the greatest sequel. I agree with you there. Greatest sequel. De Niro was in that. What an amazing sequel. You could even argue it might have been better than the first. It was really good, man. That's one thing that's funny is I find when people say, what was better, The Godfather or Goodfellas? I'm like, well, they're two different themed movies. The Godfather was literally about the boss. Goodfellas was a story of the soldiers, the soldier part of the mafia. That was soldiers. Godfather was about the boss. It's two different kinds of movies entirely. They both are amazing movies. Mr. Marine, yes, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi are classic, great movies when you're still young and a teenager. Man, I grew up watching those, and like when I first saw, my mother took me to the first Indiana Jones, man. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was an amazing, amazing movie. And I got to see it with my mom. I think Lord of the Rings was a perfect choice. You know what's funny, Gunner? I never saw the Lord of the Rings. I hadn't seen any of them. I read the books when I was younger. I read the books. I read all of them. I never saw them. They just got past me. I never saw them. All right, we're at the top of the fifth inning. The game's moving along pretty well. It's 1-0 Yankees. Rodon's pitching a solid game, which he should. We're playing a crappy team. Truba, I agree. Agree with what? I complete. Oh, yeah. With the Goodfellas, Godfather. It's a really weird comparison because they're two different style movies altogether. I never understood when people compare them. They're both great movies in their own right. Mr. Marie, Gunnar, I just read that. Lord of the Rings are perfect, something about fighting the Middle Ages of life. Outstanding books, all of them. Great books from The Hobbit to right on through Fellowship of the Ring, Twin Towers. They're all great books, man. Amazing books. Do you know it took them like Tolkien? I think it was like 20 years before those books got recognized. Like those books, by the way, did not catch steam when they were first written way back when. It took like over 2 decades for them to take off. Isn't that funny? It took like 2 decades. They did not take off right away. Oh, Manav, then you got to check it out. Check out the lasagna on there, Manav. Check it out. Check it out. She just posted it, man. Yeah, check that out, man. Gunner saw it. Got to watch them both, the original, extended version. I'm gonna get around to it. It's so funny because some movies get past me, man. And plus, I was driving the truck. It's not like I had all the time in the world when I stopped running for the day to sit back and watch a 3-hour movie. I usually watch series. Like I watched Sons of Anarchy out there. I watched whole tons of series. At the end of my day, I'd eat something and I just watched like an hour, series. I got into series. The Walking Dead. That was better than I thought it was going to be. I saw that series. Suits was a good series, man. Suits is a good series. That's another one. And they don't even go to court that often. I thought that was a good series. I actually have 1 season left of that. You got to watch them, the original extended. Yeah, I'm sure they are, man. I'll check them out. I will check them out. Let me check this. I'm telling you, McHale's Navy, Truba, it's around that time as another movie was really bad. And I cannot. It's going to kill me until I figure it out, Truba. It's going to kill me. Verdugo, come on. Well, if he had dove for that, I would have got past him. McHale's Navy. I'm trying to find the movies around that time. Already subscribed, got that. I checked it out too. Got to see Johnny do it. Oh my gosh. Truby, you signed up? Good, man. You saw that? Yeah. Drop some comments for her, man. That keeps it going. You saw that dance? Yeah, Truba, that was funny, man. Yep. It's gonna saw she made the lasagna from scratch. So it's otherworldly stuff, man. Really good. You guys have that I do on her channel that Truba's talking about, check it out. It is funny. I was to the beat, though. I was to the beat. Hilarious. Come on, Don. Let's get out of this inning. Got a man on first, 1 out, top of the 5th, 1-0. Flex! Cellar dweller first. Ozzy accounted for. Flex, what is happening, man? Good to see you in here, Flex. Great to see you in here, man. How you been, brother? All right, we still got the 1-0 lead. Rodon's got 5 strikeouts. Tomorrow is Old Timers Day. Hey, Truba, by the way, why don't they play games at Old Timers Day anymore? Mr. Marine, does anybody know? They don't play the Old Timers game. I haven't seen that in a couple of years. Why? Why don't they play the game anymore? Somebody tell me, because I don't know. I don't know why they don't play the game anymore. I don't know. Please, somebody, let me know why the Yankees on Old Timers Day don't play a game with the Old Timers anymore. Flex is in the building, man. That is in the basement. That's what's up. Good to see you in here, brother. Just finished morning coffee, waiting for wifey to get back from the shop so we can go watch SmackDown. Nice. Manav, go on her channel and ask. I don't know anything about cooking, Manav. Zero. I know nothing about cooking. I'm just told when dinner's ready and I go eat. Ask Rock on her channel about the cooking, Manav. I don't know anything about it. Go on her channel and ask her. I don't know anything about it, Manav. Go on her channel and drop a comment. She'll see it. She'll answer it. I don't know anything about cooking. I wouldn't know the first thing about it. 24, great show. Homeland, good too. I didn't see Homeland. I've seen 24. That was a great series. And Sons of Anarchy was awesome. You know, I got to tell you something. Mayans was really good. Mayans was way better than I thought it was going to be. If you didn't watch Mayans, Mr. Marine, that's a good one to watch. Mayans. Really good series, man. That was way better than I thought it was going to be. Because I thought they were going to do like a first 9 for SOA. I thought they were going to do a first 9, you know, like as a follow-up to Sons. Mayans was good. So here we are, 2-2, 2 outs, man on first. Tovar is up. The top of their batting order is up. Not that matters with Colorado, but again, I don't want to go into the 9th inning with a 1-0 lead and Holmes coming out. The Rockies will look like the Dodgers. The Rockies will look like the Dodgers if Holmes comes out when we have a 1-0 lead. They'll turn into the Dodgers and we'll lose like 10-1. That's cool, Flex. Morning coffee. Watch. That's right. You guys get to watch SmackDown in the morning, like we grew up watching. Wrestling used to be on in the morning in the 80s. That's back in the Brutus the Barber days and Macho Man and Earthquake, Hulk, the Iron Sheik. Remember the Iron Sheik? That was the 80s, man. Brutus the Barber, Beefcake. Rick Martel with Arrogance. Remember he'd spray Arrogance around? Ravishing Rick Rude, Jake the Snake. 80s was the great era, man. I liked the Attitude Era, but 80s was we grew up with that. Saturday mornings, it was on. Haven. I've heard of that one, Gunner. A lot of people talked great about Haven. I never saw it. Never saw that one. So Rodon walks him. Come on. He's up to 83 pitches now in the 5th inning, the 1st and 2nd. And by the way, Mark Leiter, I know we got Halo Santos. We traded for him. He was gone after 2 weeks. He gave up 7 runs in like one game. And that was, I think, the game against the White Sox. And Mark Leiter hasn't been doing much of anything either. He was supposed to be a great middle reliever, man. He's given up a lot of runs in the little amount of innings he's been pitching for us. Guess no one wants to see what anymore, Mr. Marine? You threw me off on that one. You might have mentioned somebody. You know, my brain goes 100 miles an hour, man. So I forget. I'll ask something and forget about it completely. Flex, we try to start it about an hour after it starts so we can fast forward to 10,000. Yeah, no joke. I find myself doing that a lot. I record a lot of the NASCAR races, man, because when I watch them, I can go right through the cautions, right through the commercials, and get right back to the race. I do that a lot. I record them because and the rainouts, man, the rainouts kill my recordings. That's the problem. We liked Haven. Alphas was great, but never got a season 2. John, Saved by the Bell. Yeah. Rest in peace, Screech. Screech died a few years ago, man. He had some life after that show, man. He had some life after that show. Wow. He was in trouble a lot. So, yeah, man, Screech, shout out to him. Old Timers game. Yeah, I guess no one likes it anymore. Yeah. Why did it used to be fun to watch Old Timers Day, and the Old Timers would play, a couple innings against each other. It was fun to watch. They haven't done, I don't know why they don't do it. I figured Truba might know, or you might know, Mr. Brand. I don't know. I haven't really bothered to look it up. $97 miles an hour, 2-2, 87th pitch by Rodon, top of the 5th. Come on, let's get out of this. 2025 on Netflix, no ads, going to be so much better. Yeah, no ads on Netflix is great. Hill Street Blues. Yes. The Shield. Yes. Oh, The Shield was great. Good call on that one. Hill Street Blues and Magnum. Come on, Magnum PI. I'll throw one at you. I always called it I liked the show, but I always called him a Magnum PI hack, and that was Matt Houston. Do you remember Matt Houston? The show was pretty good, but I always thought he was a Magnum PI hack. Even though I liked the show, Matt Houston. Do you remember that one, Mr. Marine? I know these younger guys don't, but I'm sure you and Truba do. Matt Houston. All the Rush Hour movies, yes. They used to do an old-timers type thing with the cricket retired players playing on the beach for laughs. Yeah. And the old-timers, every team pretty much has old-timers. Usually they play an inning or two against each other, Flex here, but they just stopped doing that. Speaking of Mark Leiter, he's warming up. MacGyver. I got one for you, Mr. Marine. How about Rick Hunter? Fred Dreyer as Rick Hunter. Hunter was a good show. And the one crazy thing about Fred Dreyer was I think he's still the only guy to get 2 safeties in one game. When he played for the Rams, I think he played for the Rams. But yeah, Hunter, that was a good show. Remington Steele. Boy, my brain, you guys opened up my brain on all these old time shows. Come on, Volpe, get him out. Got out of the inning. That was a long, grueling inning, but we got out of it. Trevino, Volpe, and Verdugo combined 0 for 3 coming up. Verdugo, Trevino. Volpe, Trevino, Verdugo all coming up now. I mean, these guys are struggling. Boone's playing a whole lot of Trevino lately when Austin Wells has the hot bat. Austin Wells has a hot bat right now, and since Trevino's been back, he has not been getting the playing time, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Again, Trevino's a better defensive catcher. He's one of the best defensive catchers in all of baseball. He can't hit. Austin Wells is a really good catcher. He's been on fire with the bat. Why are we resting his bat? I don't get it. Hunter was great. Yep, my dad loved the show. Remington Steele, good too. Yeah, remember these shows? You're getting me. Oh my gosh, my brain is open on all these TV shows we grew up with. Remington, yeah. There's a few more. I liked old UK comedies like Mighty Bush and Black Books, good for a laugh. Yep. UK, how about Benny Hill? The great Benny Hill. Benny Hill was amazing comedy. Me and my sister watched Benny Hill growing up. Benny Hill was amazing. Everybody loved Benny Hill. The music just opening up for Benny. And he'd always smack that bald old guy in the head. Right? Now, Benny Hill. A team was okay. Benny Hill, yikes, yes. How about the original? We're in commercial right now. It's 1-0 Yankees. Hopefully we can add some runs with guys that aren't hitting right now. Volpe, Verdugo, and Trevino all coming up. How about the original crap talking? How about the original Jerry Springer before Jerry Springer? Morton Downey Jr. show. The Morton Downey Jr. show. That guy smoked 5,000 cigarettes on that show. While he was doing the show, he's smoking cigarettes, talked mad crap, had all types of controversies on there. Morton Downey Jr. Airplane. Airplanes. Lines, classic lines forever. Here we go. Volpe's coming up now. Flex. I still get the Roger Ramjet theme song stuck on my head, and that was well before my time. All the theme songs from back in those days, Flex, can get caught in your head very fast. They can, like Dukes of Hazzard. You could, I mean, all these songs, these openings get stuck in your head for life. All in the Family, the Jeffersons, like Married with Children. These are classic shows. Benson. I mean, these were comedies we watched growing up. Hey, Volpe got a hit. Volpe got a hit. Yeah, the first two were okay. That's true. I was watching Morton Downey's show last week in 2024. Morton Downey, that guy was a maniac. And that's back when you could smoke. The guy's smoking right there on TV. I mean, it was accepted then. That's back when they had, remember the smoking section in an airplane? You're in a tin can. How does one section not, the whole thing is smoke. So Verdugo's up. Come on, Verdugo. Come on, man. Let's get a hit. Let's go. This guy's dying for a hit. Man, this kid was on fire when we got him, Verdugo. The first 2 months, he was on fire. And I don't know what happened. I still think, why don't you just give the kid a day off? Put Grisham in for a day. Grisham's a great fielder. It's a Gold Glove fielder. And actually, his numbers don't look great when you first glance. But the home runs and the RBI played in, if he was an everyday player, he'd probably get about 80 yards a season. Verdugo, it's 3-0 on him. Even if he walks, that's a good at bat, especially when you're in a bad slump like this. I'm not going to give up on him. Oh, cheers, Trouba. Come on, cheers, man. What a classic show. I don't think I ever missed an episode. 4-0, good at bat by Verdugo. He got a walk. Sometimes that can help you get out of a slump. At least you're seeing the ball. You're seeing what not to swing at. You're not swinging at just everything because you're trying to get out of the slump. That was a solid at bat by Verdugo. So now we got first and second, one out, and Ben Rice, our other slump guy, coming up. So look at the bottom of our order. Volpe, Trevino, Verdugo, Ben Rice. All four of those guys haven't been hitting at all. Trevino just came back from injury, but I'm just saying these guys aren't hitting at all. And Ben Rice, I mean, there's things I like about Aaron Boone. There's things I don't like. And one of them is he just keeps pushing the envelope with guys that aren't hitting. It's amazing. They're just not hitting. Ben Rice was a good story for a short amount of time. I'm not hating on the kid. I don't know what his future is going to hold. But goodness, man, he's playing him every day. He's playing him every day. And I will say it over and over. This is disrespectful to Oswaldo Cabrera, who does hit when he plays. And you're playing these guys that just aren't hitting. I'm just repeating myself. Yes, Cheers was awesome. I mean, come on, man. How about Coach? Everybody forgets about Coach. Coach was great, and then Woody came in. And I think that's because he really passed away in real life. Shelley Long to Norm. Ben Rice grounded out to first. The two runners move up. We got second and third with 2 outs. Glaber's coming up. Glaber's actually been hitting a lot better since he's been our leadoff batter. He's been hitting a lot better. Can we just get these runs in? Can we just get these runs in and get away from this 1-0 lead? I don't like the 1-0 lead. And while we're talking about this, let me check out the scores right now. The Orioles are losing 4-2 right now in the top of the 5th inning. They're losing 4-2. So come on. Let's get away from this 1-0 lead, please. And the Red Sox are losing 2-1 right now. So can we please? Oh, 2 runs come in. He fumbled it. Error. Not 2 runs. 1 run came in. It got it to 2-0. Great. McMahon just went right at him. Torres hit it right to him. He put his glove down. He lazily put his glove down and paid for it. That's why you're 47 and 81. That's why you're 47 and 81 right there. A move like that. That's why you're 47 and 81. That horrendous play he just did. Good. 2-0 Yankees. Now we got Soto up. First and third, 2 outs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this going, man. Let's go. And believe it or not, Soto was 0 for 10 against the Tigers. The Norm Show. Mr. Marine that forgot about the Norm Show. That was awful. Oh, that was a bad spinoff. That was a bad spin. Mr. Marine, I honestly, I forgot all about that show until you mentioned it. Wow. I would have never thought about that show ever again. Mr. Marine, that's a good shout out there. Yeah, Frazier took off. Frazier was a huge hit, but Norm. Yeah, that was bad. You know, it was kind of like Archie Bunker's Place. I mean, why didn't you just keep it all in the family? Archie Bunker's Place, that was not a good show. It wasn't like All in the Family. And one of the ultimate spinoffs, the Jeffersons. The Jeffersons spun off of All in the Family, one of the greatest spinoffs of all time. Soto, high fly. It's funny. Soto's been in a bit of a slump himself. His last 8 hits that he's gotten have been home runs, but it's been like 8 for 29. Wow. Man, Mr. Marine, you threw me for a loop with the Norm Show. I would have never remembered that. I remember it now, but I wouldn't have never thought of that show. Where's the Yankees on the ladder standings? We're in first place right now, Flex. Yankees are in first place. We're up by a 1.5 games over Baltimore, and we're up by 7 over the Red Sox. Both of them are losing right now. The Red Sox are 7 games behind the Yankees. Baltimore is in second place, a 1.5 games out, but they're losing right now to Houston. We, all Yankee fans, Flex, hate the Houston Astros, but we have to go for them because they're playing the Baltimore Orioles, who are right behind us. So the Yankees are number 1 overall. And by the way, believe it or not, the Yankees total in all of Major League Baseball have the second best record. The Dodgers are number 1 at 76 and 52. The Yankees are second at 75 and 53. And just for last, Flex, you want to hear something? The White Sox are 31 and 97. They're going. Can they really beat the record the Mets have of 40 and 120? The Mets were an expansion team when they got that record. They had the ultimate excuse. The team was brand new to the league. And they didn't feed players to these expansion teams back then like they do now, where other teams have to give some veterans up and things like that. They didn't do that back then. So when the Mets came out, they were 40 and 120. That's the worst record in Major League Baseball history. But, again, they were an expansion team. The Chicago White Sox have been around since the late 1800s. Like 1894, somewhere around there. They're 31 and 97, 42 games out of first place. But they are 33 games out of the fourth place. The next team above them is the Detroit Tigers. The White Sox are 33 games behind them. Can you imagine that? There's 5 teams in their division. They're in 5th place. The 4th place team leads the White Sox by 33 games. I mean, you can't make this up. Anyway, we're up 2-0 on the second worst team in the entire league, the Colorado Rockies. So that's where we stand there, Flex. Yeah, there's a lot of games left. There's like 30 games or so left. There's a 162 game season. Oh, man, he tagged that one. Oh, Verdugo's got it, though. 1 out. This game's moving right along. There's like 32 games left, Flex. 32 games left. They play 162 games, man. Yep. Crazy, right? 162 games. Let's see. So Rodon's getting closer to 100 pitches, but this is great, man. Our bullpen is fully rested. Look at Andy Pettitte out there with Rodon, man. That's awesome. Andy Pettitte. Never had a losing record. Never had a losing record with the Yankees. That was the guy we needed to win in the playoffs over anybody else. That's the guy you want on the mound, Andy Pettitte. No doubt. That's the guy you want on the mound. I love it. Andy's working with Luke Weaver and Carlos Rodon yesterday. That is awesome, man. I love seeing that. The old-time Yankees helping out, man. It's great to see. And Andy Pettitte, what a class act. John, remember Towering Inferno? Watch that again, 50 years old, and backtrack. Oh, my gosh. Mr. Marine, man, those are nailing some old ones. Towering Inferno and Backdraft with Kurt Russell. Boy, that's an old one too, man. Two great movies you just called out there. Do you want to know when I was talking about horror movies, not what they are today, all gory blood and all that. I'm not talking about that. The real gripping, scary ones didn't have all that back then. The original Halloween, Mr. Marine. Do you remember? And anybody else, you guys are so young. That's why I'm just calling out Truba and Mr. Marine, because we're all older and seen these things. You don't want to know one of the first movies I ever saw that scared the living crap out of me, and nothing gory happened in it. It was just scary as hell. Do you remember Burnt Offerings? Burnt Offerings. That's a movie I'd love to check out now as a full-grown, full adult and see how it affects me now, because that movie, when I was a kid, I watched it with my father. It scared the life out of me. I slept with the lights on for like the rest of the year. Burnt Offerings. Archie Bunker's Place was okay after Edith passed on the show. It was not good. Yeah, without Edith, man, it's hard to make the show. All right, ground out. Come on. Throw it. Hurry up. There you go. 2 outs. Oh, 1-2-3 inning. 1-2-3 inning. So we got Judge, Stanton, and Jazz coming up. Judge, Stanton, and Jazz. That was the best wrestling ever. Yes, Manav. That was amazing wrestling in the 80s. We loved it. I could name all the guys. Ravishing Rick Rude back then. Come on, man. The Road Warriors, the Bushwhackers. Guys, Flex, I know the Bushwhackers, they used to have the greatest entrance. They'd come in just like that. The Bushwhackers. One of them just recently passed away, I think, like last year or so. Both 48 Hours were great movies, yeah. People Under the Stairs. Wow. I saw that in the movie theater, Mr. Marine. The movie theater. Guys, check that movie out. Burnt Offerings. I think that's how you spell it, too. That movie was crazy weird. Burnt Offerings was made in 1976. Creepy movie. It says the perfect summer rental for the last vacation you'll ever take. Yeah, check that movie out, guys. I want to check it out again. It's that old. I want to check that movie out again. That is old time. Wow, we're really bringing up some old movies in here. Holy crap. So Rodon's done. Who's coming in? He's got to be done. So what do we got? He went through 6 innings, gave up 4 hits. The Yankees only have 3 hits, guys. We only have 3 hits. Here's Judge. Let's just pile on. Let's just end this thing and pile on. Let's pile on here. Come on. Oh, come on. Warriors. And it had the classic Joe Walsh song. In the City by Joe Walsh, Mr. Marine. One of the greatest movie theme songs ever. City streets don't show much pity. Oh, Judge! Aaron Judge again! Number 49 on the year. This is the third game in a row. He's hit 4 home runs in 3 games. Aaron Judge again. This guy's a machine, man. Wow. Boom, 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 boom. Aaron Judge. This guy is just, there's no word. Paul O'Neill, he's one of the announcers for the Yankees. Won multiple rings with the Yankees in the 90s. He said, what else can you say about it? You've said everything you can say. Listen to this. Aaron Judge this year is hitting .334, 49 home runs, 119 RBIs. This guy's killing it. And I told you at the end of April, he was hitting .220 with 6 home runs and 17 RBIs. Can you imagine if he had a great April? Stanton grounded out, but Stanton grounds out. He hit a home run earlier too. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, you love the Warriors because it's just so. Look up the YouTube, the Warriors, what they look like now. It's funny, man. What they look like now. They're old guys, man. They're wearing their jackets. They had to You know what's funny? Gans from 48 Hours. Gans, that actor, he was oh, come on. Ajax. He was Ajax in the Warriors. Gan, that guy, yeah. He has that voice and that whole, he always plays the mean guy role in everything. Yep. Johnny, will I be on for the Giants-Jets game tomorrow? No. Mr. Marine, I won't be on for that. I don't watch preseason games. I just don't. I'm not into preseason. I'm just not into preseason. And many of them playing their starters anyway. Thank goodness, because I don't want anybody hurt. There's some people that are actually ripping the Jets for Robert Saleh for not playing Aaron Rodgers. Could you imagine if Aaron Rodgers got hurt in a preseason game? He doesn't need to play him in a preseason game. Could you imagine if he got hurt? I mean, if I'm Saleh, I don't play him either. Why would you play him? It just why? What's the point? 20 years in the league, what is the point in playing him in a one quarter of football in preseason? Is his season going to be devastated if he doesn't play in that? I wouldn't play him either. I couldn't imagine. Jazz just struck out. I couldn't imagine what life would be like for him if Rodgers got hurt in a preseason game. If he gets hurt in the regular season, so be it. But in a preseason game, Saleh is doing the right thing. You don't play him. You just don't. So yeah, Mr. Marine, I won't be on for that. And the Yankees play at 2:00 tomorrow. We got family out here, so I won't be on. I won't be on tomorrow, guys. When do the Yankees play Sunday? Is it an early game? I don't even know. Let's see. The Yankees play Sunday at 1:30. I won't be on for that either. The next game I'll be on for, guys, after today, I'll be back on Monday for the Nationals at 6:45. The first football game I'll be doing will be the Jets 49ers, that opening Monday night game when it comes to football. But the next game I'll be doing after today, guys, will be Monday, 6:45, Yankees versus the Nationals, another series we should win. That'll be the next game I do after today because the Rockies, it's early tomorrow, and Sunday is 1:30. I won't be doing either of those games. Monday, I'll be on for that. So here's Trevino, who's 0 for 2, and we're up 3-0 now, thanks to Judge home run, bottom of the 6th inning. We got to get it to where Holmes doesn't even have to come in the game. We need to have a significant lead to where Holmes doesn't. I wouldn't even feel safe against the second worst team in the entire league, these Colorado Rockies. I wouldn't even feel safe with a 3-run lead with Holmes coming in. They would turn into the Dodgers. But now I'm going to go eat some Indian food from an Indian restaurant here called Masala House. Way back. Is he in here? Is way back in here? Manav, who's Masala House? I didn't see way back in here, Manav, unless way back's part of the name of that restaurant. Peso. I was scared. Jeepers Creepers, the first one is still that's still a great one. Peso. They got really ridiculous. The second one, when they were all trapped on the school bus, that was a little weird. It actually wasn't that bad, but the first Jeepers Creepers was freaking awesome. Yeah, that was a really good one, man. I give you that one. That was a really good one. I think I watched that. Dez, my basement squad co-host, number one daughter. Dez in the basement. I'm out right now for birthday, but wanted to say love you. Love you too, Dez. We'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Des says what's up to everybody. Hey, dwellers. Yep, she's out with the fam right now. She's out with her cousins, which is cool. We'll all be hanging out tomorrow. So that's why I told you guys I won't be back on until Monday. I'm not doing Jets Giants just because it's a preseason game, and I just can't get into preseason. I haven't watched any preseason games. Everybody's saying what's up to Des. What's up, Des? Yeah, Jeepers. You know what's funny, Peso? I'm going to watch that again. I haven't watched Jeepers, and we're getting into the Halloween time of year. It's I got to watch a couple of these ones that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. Now, you know a movie that I like? Who's this? Who's that, guys? Who is that? The book is way better than the movie. Way better than the movie. But the movie was good. The book is way better. That is a classic right there. Yep. Yes, sir, Mr. Marine. Yep. It's and the tinted windows one is like a classic one because they usually don't sell them like that. And I got this one. It had a busted door. So they sent me another one. See, the whole door is supposed to open, but it was busted. And they sent me another one that which was really cool to replace it. I collect a lot of things. And that one there was that's the one, and that's staying in the box. That's staying in there. So Christine was a great movie. I read the book. I read a lot of books, guy. I read like 20 to 30 books a year. I'm not kidding. All fiction, just fun. Clive Cussler, Dean Koontz, all that type of stuff. Great stuff. But yeah, great movie, better book. Like Needful Things, great book, great movie, but really good book. Salem's Lot, way better. That movie was horrible, but the book was awesome. 3-0 Yankees, top of the seventh inning. Luke Weaver's in now. I like this kid, Weaver. And he's not a kid. He looks like he's 12 years old. He's 30. Luke Weaver is 30 years old. You see this kid? He looks like he couldn't grow a beard if you gave him a year without shaving. I'm telling you, this kid, he looks like he's 12 years old. I didn't know he was somebody. I forget, one of you guys told me he was 30. I didn't believe it. I looked it up. He's 30. But anyway, this kid is 100 pounds soaking wet and can throw 100 miles an hour. I don't get it. Did you guys see Aroldis Chapman, who's now on the Pirates? Did you see him throw 3 consecutive 105-mile-an-hour pitches to Manny Machado a couple weeks ago? 105 he hit. 105-mile-an-hour pitch he hit. He was hitting 104 to 105, and most of that at bat against Machado. It's insane. It's insane. Like, that is lightning fast. Hey, Des. Hi, Des. Des. Bruin Flex Manav said, what's up, Christine? Great movie. Manav, way back, keeps asking me what I'm eating for dinner every day, buddy. Oh, but he's not in here tonight, Manav. So you ain't. He's not in here tonight, though, Manav. The only Aussie in here is Flex. I saw that. It was crazy. Yeah, you saw that, Bruin? 105. Guys, look, Aroldis Chapman was hitting 105 mile an hour. Insane. And he did it more than once. It's insane. When he struck out Machado was just like, I mean, he even basically tipped his cap to him. Like, what was like, are you kidding me? Bruin, you saw that. The fact that Machado could even foul tip that, like you can even pick that up to even foul tip it is insane. That's something to drop into Discord right there. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. All right, so anyway, we got one out, top of the 7th inning. We got 8 outs to go to end this game. 8 outs to go. Again, we should sweep this team. The Red Sox and the Orioles the Red Sox are playing the Diamondbacks, who are on lightning fire. I think they have the best record since the All-Star break. The Diamondbacks have completely turned their season around. So the Red Sox are playing a tough team, and Baltimore's playing Houston. Another tough team. We got pancakes right now. Cream puffs in the Rockies and then the Nationals. Cream puffs. Two outs now. The 8th batter in their order is up. So if you're the 8th batter and a team as bad as this, let's see. I just lost you guys. Oh, there you are. How old is Chapman? 36. Yeah, Mr. Marine, look that up. He plays for the Pirates now. It's an insane at bat. Absolutely insane. Bruin, he is still young. I thought maybe 40. Yeah, he's been around. Chapman's been around. You know what? I'd take Chapman back and get rid of Clay Holmes. How about that? I'd take Chapman right now. We got rid of him to make room for Clay Holmes. Oh, no, we had Michael King last year was closing a lot of our games. Clay Holmes is just off. He has 10 blown saves, and it's the most in Major League Baseball. Now, when you look at his numbers and you look at his ERA, he doesn't look that bad. His ERA is like 2.7. It's because he gives up one run that kills the game, and then they take him out. That's why his ERA is so low. Full count, 3-2 right now. People say, man, but his ERA is pretty good, and you're hating on him. I'm like, yeah, because he comes in with a 1-run lead, then he blows it by giving up a home run or an untimely hit, and then they take him out of the game. He doesn't have a chance for his ERA to blow up. I'd take Chapman back in a nanosecond. Yeah, you're not kidding, Bruin. I would take him back immediately. When you get rid of a guy of that level, Chapman, who was struggling at the time, I don't forget, he was struggling at the time when the Yankees got rid of him. He was coming in, he just wasn't, even his fastball, he just wasn't, he was walking too many guys, he just wasn't hitting the marks. So you get rid of him. And Holmes was good when he wasn't pitching as a closer. The 7th, 8th inning, Holmes was good. Oh, he walked him. How is that not a strike? Weaver threw him and started walking off the mound. He knew he struck him out. I mean, this much off the outside corner. It's technically, well, whatever. It's not. Holmes, not a good stopper. Nope, not at all. Worst stopper the Yankees have had since J.S. Oh, you might have me there, Mr. Marine. J.S. Since J.S. Ah, thank you. I would have been thinking forever because I'm like, man, you got me on that one. JS, because it was like Mariano Rivera forever. Then we had John Wetland before that. Dave Righetti. Remember Dave Righetti? Threw a no-hitter on 4th of July, 1983. Thank you, because I would, Mr. Marine, that would have been on my head forever. Just saying. Got it. Charlie Blackmon has been on Colorado for like 5,000 years. He's pinch hitting right now. This guy can play. Charlie Blackmon is a great player, man. He's an all-time Colorado Rocky along with Dante Bichette, remember him? And Matt Holliday, who played for the Yankees for 1 year in 2017 or 18. Oh, Blackmon grounds out to Ben Rice. We are out of the inning. It's 3-0. All right, guys, we got 6 outs to go, and I still want more runs. Wow, Mr. Marine, you're better at that than I am. That JS and T, like it takes me minutes sometimes. I would have thought about that forever. I saw that JS and I tried to think of it before I read it out loud, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Oh, that's good. That's funny, man. That's funny. No, Rocco's laid out. Up, 7th inning stretch. That's funny, man. That is funny. So we got I got the Daytona 500 this weekend too. That's tomorrow night at 7:30. I will definitely be watching that. Recording it anyway, because again, I like to fast forward through the cautions and through the commercials. All right, let's go. And then we got the Rangers coming. Oh, man. Do you guys, who in here thinks Kansas City's going to three-peat? Who thinks Kansas City's going to three-peat? I don't think they're going to three-peat. They're playing ball. I think that's the first game of the year, Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs on that Thursday night. Is it not? I think it is. And then they're featuring like the Packers versus on Friday night. There's a Friday night game, but it's on like Peacock. See, it's already starting. I told you guys. I guarantee you within 5 years, the Super Bowl will be on pay-per-view event. It'll be a pay-per-view event. You watch, and people will pay for it. This year, Christmas is, everybody knows Christmas Day is an NBA day. NBA Day, Christmas Day. NFL now is going to be on Christmas Day competing against the NBA, but you got to have Netflix because they're all on Netflix games. NFL on Netflix. What a joke. The NFL is going to start making us pay for all the playoff games. Remember last year they had one playoff game on Peacock. If you didn't have Peacock, you had to get it to see it. Watch, man. I'm telling you, within 5 years, the Super Bowl will be a pay-per-view event. And unless the Jets are in it, I won't pay for it. See, that's the funny thing, man. People call into the radio shows, and I listen to Mad Dog Sports Radio a lot. It's actually better than the sports media on TV. They don't have narratives and agendas like they do on TV. And they said it themselves, man. Like, if you don't want to pay for these, it's up to the people, man. It's up to the fans. If you don't want to pay, if you get annoyed at everything going on these apps and playoff games now on apps, guess what? If you don't pay for the apps, they're not going to do it. The fan controls it. We're the ones that control it, not them. They pay all this money to put a playoff game on the app, but if not enough people get that app, it's not going to continue. But everybody will do it, and they know it. If they made the Super Bowl pay-per-view, if they did that this year, people complain and bitch and moan about it. And guess what? Everybody, they're going to pay for it, and people are going to see it. I won't do it unless the Jets are in it. Unless the Jets are in the Super Bowl, if they had a pay-per-view, I'm not paying for it. No way. Football, I love football, but I'm telling you, basketball and hockey are starting to take over as my number one over football as a whole. Football is becoming like the National Entertainment League. I'm more worried about Taylor Swift during games than the actual game and things along those lines. They're taking away tons of things out of the game that just we used to love. And I'm not talking about the head concussions. I get that. I get the CTE. I get that. But now it's come down to like judgment calls by the refs. Like you get away with things in hockey if it's a legal hit and you devastate somebody in hockey and it's a legal hit. The ref doesn't go, well, I think he hit him too hard anyway. In football, hey, man, shoulder to chest, legal hit, shoulder to chest. But if he's hit too hard, the ref can throw the flag. And they do, depending on who the player is. So even a legal hit's not legal. The NBA, and I know the NBA and the NHL, hockey and basketball have taken things away too, but football does it at such to the point that you would think there's no defense allowed, period. Defense, yeah, I'm sorry. The head concussions, I get it. And I'm 100% on board with that. You can't lead with your helmet. You can't spear people. I get all that. But they've made it into an absolute freaking clown show now. Now you can't hip tackle. You can't hip tackle. So if you got a guy the size of like Sauce, he's tall, but he's lanky. If Derrick Henry is running up past him down the sideline, a guy like Sauce's size can't grab him from the side and use his weight to pull him down. That's a 15-yard penalty now. So if he comes up from the side of him, grabs him, and starts to pull him down, you can't do that anymore. If you didn't know that is a rule now. Because who's the guy, the Baltimore Ravens tight end that got hurt last year on a tackle just like that? Well, we can't do that now, so that's going to ruin fantasy sports. They're more worried about that stuff because it's all money. Football's become a real, I'll always watch the Jets. I love them to death, and I'll always watch them. But I used to watch every game. I don't watch every game anymore. Bruin, I thought he was talking about somebody too. Who? Oh, the JS? Yeah, I did. And my brain started going. Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? You know how much we all love trivia in here. I wouldn't. Verdugo's up. Come on, Verdugo. It's 0-1. We got bottom of the seventh, one out. He did have a good at bat last time. He had a walk, which means he wasn't swinging into anything to get out of it. He's looking at the ball. He's trying. I'm pulling for him. Come on. That's a good take right there. 1-1. Mr. Marine, Johnny. Bought TS under the blade and can't stop rock and roll out. Oh, beautiful. Got them 6-piece. Never had vinyls from them ever. Only cassettes. I had remember 8? I know you remember 8 tracks. I think the first 8 track I ever had was Styx. And I'm not even a Styx fan, but I was very young then. I think it was Castle Walls or something like that. Styx. Look at that. Verdugo is working the count, man. These are some close pitches that he's not swinging at. That means he's seeing the ball better. He's waiting for his pitch now. He's not just swinging at anything, trying to get out of this wicked, nasty slump he's been in. All right, now it's a full count, 3-2. Nobody on base, 1 out, 3-0 Yankees. Gunner, they better not make us pay for it. Well, I'm telling you right now, if you don't have Netflix, you're not going to see any NFL on Christmas Day. All the games are on Netflix. I don't care. I'm watching basketball on that day anyway. Verdugo grounded out. Like I said, give this guy a day off and let him reset. Put Grisham in. Grisham's a pretty good player. Put him in. You haven't even watched the last 2 Super Bowls. I watched this. I've watched them all, Gunner. I've watched them all. I'm just saying over the years, like when I grew up, I never missed a football game. And it was amazing. Every game was amazing. And like I said, I still love the Jets, but I'm more intrigued by basketball and hockey now. Yes, they have taken things away, but football's just gotten to the point where it's gotten so ridiculous. You can't, that's just ridiculous to take away a hip tackle now, too. Anybody big gets hurt, they're more worried about fantasy and entertainers than they are the actual game. Let's see. Playoffs going to pay someday. Yeah. Yep. They're already. They did one game last year. You had to have Peacock to have the game. Look at Apple TV. Apple TV has a lot of big games on Friday nights in baseball. They have a lot of them. Remember those nights that I came on that said I can't do it because it was on Apple TV? So I'm not paying for Apple TV to watch the Yankees and the Red versus the Red Sox or whatever else. And I've now had to look up Apple TV. Apple TV has the rights to a lot of big games on Friday nights. It's crazy, and you got to have that. Oh, it's only $9.99 a month. Man, you keep getting all these apps. Guess what? That $10 a month adds up. All of a sudden, you have an extra $100 bill you're coming your way every month. Ben Rice gets a hit. Finally, Ben Rice has been in as nasty a slump as Verdugo. I think that was his second hit in 33 at-bats. We need to just keep tacking on runs. The Rockies are terrible, but if Holmes comes in, I'm telling you, he's going to make them look like the Dodgers. If Milano hit Mahomes the way he hit Mike White, he would have been suspended for Amen. Amen. There wasn't even a flag, and I don't think there should have been. I've said this back then, and you guys remember I said it. There should not have been a flag. That was a legal hit. Milano folded Mike White like a freaking, he folded him like a lawn chair. Legally, though, his shoulder right into Mike White, right into his ribs, and bent him. Remember, he broke ribs. And Mike White, you got to give him credit on his warrior status, man. He came back in that game. Even guys on the Bills were like, wow, that's a lot of respect, man. That guy really, really, really showed his worth, man. He got a ton of respect from his teammates and the opposing team. But to Gunner's point, because it was Mike White, there wasn't even a flag thrown. There shouldn't have been. But yes, had that been Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or even Aaron Rodgers, it would have been flag central. There'd have been a million flags, suspensions. It would have been the talk of the debate shows all week on the media channels. What a horrible hit that was, and how could he do that? And it was legal, and there shouldn't have been a flag. That was a solid – he folded him like a lawn chair. I remember that. Good call, Gunner. Good call. He would have been suspended for 3 years and thrown in prison maybe. Might have been thrown in prison too. First 8-track was BS. Yeah. It was Styx. Castle Wall. Oh, I'm not even a Styx fan, but for some reason I liked it back then. I rode my bicycle to the mall to get that. I rode my bike to the mall to get that. Bruin for real, Gunner. Yep. Gunner, White was one tough SOB for staying in that game. He had my respect. Yeah. Amen. Yep. Oh, Black Sabbath. Man, Mr. Marine, I am chopping up all of your shortened words, man. BS, I thought you were telling me my first 8-track I had was BS, which I was agreeing with. Like, bullshit. So, Jay, you've got me on JS and BS now. Blacks. You're killing me with these tonight, Mr. Marine. You're killing me. I'm chopping all these up. Wow. Because I know that Styx one was bad. So I thought you were just agreeing that first 8-track was bullshit. Well, at least you had a better first 8-track than I had. So we got bottom of the 7th. There's 2 outs. Glaber's up 2-0 count and a man on first. Ben Rice is on first. Oh, my gosh. Boy, I'm way off on this stuff tonight, man. I can't even fake my way through it. It's so bad. I can't even fake my way through these. You know, it's like remember those tests you would take in school? Remember the tests you'd take and they weren't multiple choice? Like you had to know the answer, like fill in the blank. That's what these are right here. They're like, Phil, I have no choices. I can't even guess. Oh, Glaber, it's 2-2 now. Johnny's struggling with these abbreviations today. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible, Gunner. I'm awful with these. Sticks, lots of people like them a lot. Yeah, Castle Walls, believe it or not, if you listen to that particular song, the middle of that song, the instrumental part of it, I'm pretty sure that's where they got the idea of the original Halloween theme song, that that is in the middle of Castle Walls and that part of the instrumental. The guy's voice is so annoying to me. I don't know. I kind of got into them and got out of them pretty quickly when I was younger. Strike three. Glaber struck out. He checked his swing, but it was a strike anyway. All right, so we're going to the top of the eighth right now. Oh, Dawn Patrol, Night Ranger, man. That was a pretty good album, man. It's a pretty good album. It's a good call on that one, Mr. Marine. Wasn't a huge Night Ranger fan, but that album was pretty good, man. I can't think of a song on there I don't like. You know who a lot of people like that I just could never understand? Whitesnake was like a big band to people. I couldn't stand them. I'm not a Whitesnake fan. A lot of people like them. I never got into them. For some reason, they were like a really popular band, and I just couldn't grasp as to why. Like, you know, like I love great music, great instruments. Like I like Poison is a joke band to me. Poison is a joke band. However, CC DeVille, great guitarist. Great guitarist. Great guitarist. I like CC DeVille. The band itself, to me, I always thought they were a Motley Crue wannabe. I always thought Poison was a Motley Crue wannabe because they didn't bring it like they did. And I don't throw Motley Crue in the hair band thing. And when I think of hair bands, I think of Warrant, and Slaughter, and Poison, and just terrible, terrible bands like that. Motley Crue to me was not a hair band. When you listen to Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, their early albums, that is not hair band music. Now, I would not put Motley Crue in the same category as Metallica or Iron Maiden or Black Sabbath. I wouldn't put them in that level. Although Mick Mars could hang with anybody on the guitar, anybody. But that being said, Motley Crue was a great party band. They had great, solid home run songs, man, that just were not like, she's my cherry pie. Like that. It's not like that. It's just terrible. It's just awful music. That is awful. That's hair bands to me. Grunge came around to save us from those horrendous bands that called themselves metal. They were not metal. They were terrible. Thank you, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains. I'm not even a big Pearl Jam fan, but Alice in Chains I thought was like the greatest band to come out of that Seattle movement or Seattle wave. Thought Alice in Chains was phenomenal, man. They were like one of my favorite grunge bands. Jake Cousins in right now. This is another guy that's actually pretty freaking good. The guy's got a nasty slider, man. He's on the mound right now. Our insurance salesman, Michael Tonkman, our Tonkin, our door-to-door insurance salesman, pitched great yesterday in relief of Garrett Cole. And Uncle Rico, I think, pitched yesterday too. He was pretty good. Gunnar, my mom likes Whitesnake. Well, there you go. I think Whitesnake was huge with women. And I never understand it. Whitesnake was just not a good band to me. And I have friends of mine that liked them. I just didn't like them. All right, we got one strikeout right there. Let's keep it going. Mr. Marine, Whitesnake, good band, Poison, Ugh. And to me, Kiss was the worst band ever. Could not stand. Kiss was a pretty bad band, but they could put on a show. You know what's funny, Mr. Marine? Rush. I read Geddy Lee's book. If you want to read a great, great book, Geddy Lee's book that he just put out, My Effing Life, great book. Rush opened up a lot for Kiss. And Geddy said in his book that he still gets along with Gene Simmons, that kind of thing. Like, he has no problem with them personally. He said they learned zero from them musically, but they did learn stage presence. They said no one put on a show like Kiss could put on a stage, a live show. They knew how to put on a show. He said, but musically, they didn't learn anything from them. And they wouldn't. Rush, there's no comparison. No comparison. Strike two. Got one out, nobody on, and 1-2. Jake Cousins moving right along. Good night, Johnny. And the other dweller's going to go eat my dinner now, Johnny. All right, Manav, have a great night, brother. Always appreciate you being in here. OG Manav, checking out. Alice in Chains. Oh. Amazing band. They were the best band that came out of Seattle, and they don't get the recognition for that. I like Alice in Chains way better than Pearl Jam. Way better. Nirvana, I mean, Kurt Cobain died. Nirvana was Really good. I don't mind Foo Fighters. I either like them or I don't. Like there's songs I like and there's songs I don't. But they weren't. Dave Grohl did a whole lot, man, to turn his life around from being the drummer from Nirvana, which no one really knew about, to where I read his book too. Great book, man. Really good book. Put it out a couple years ago. I read it a couple years ago. Really, really good book. I have a lot of respect for him and what he did and where he came from. And he even said that nobody knew who he was when Kurt Cobain died. He was just a drummer from Nirvana. But he got offered to work with Tom Petty as the regular drummer for them, turned it down because he wanted to do his own band. That is, can you imagine not really nobody knowing who you are, except you were the drummer from Nirvana? The band is over now. You don't have anything going on. You get an offer to play for Tom Petty to be his regular drummer, or at least touring drummer, and turn it down because you wanted to start your own band. He's been very successful with Foo Fighters. That's a risk. When people say you should take risks in life, that is a risk right there. And he did it. Kiss wasn't bad, but they were more known for their makeup. Yeah, they're in their live stage shows. So there you go. 1, 2, 3 inning. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. So far, so good. I want more runs. I don't want Clay Holmes coming out with a 3-0 lead against the second worst team in the entire league. I still don't want him coming out. Kiss, ugh, ugh, ugh. I can't disagree. They're really a bad band. They're really terrible. I don't dislike him as much as Mr. Marine does, but I get his point. Kiss was better than Nickelback, Mr. Marine. Kiss was better than Nickelback. Gunner, not saying they're great. They have a couple songs I like, but not a band I'd like to listen to. They're better than Nickelback. I will go out on a limb and say that. Manav, Night Manav, Soundgarden, another one. Chris Cornell, what in the world? What are you taking your life for, man? Chris Cornell and Soundgarden. Good shout out on that one, Mr. Marine. I liked Alice in Chains better, but Soundgarden, by the way, they were also better than Pearl. I'm not a big Pearl Jam guy. Just not. I don't consider them grunge like Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. That's grunge to me. Pearl Jam's 10, their first album was good. I know they've had a lot of great albums after that. I just never really got that into them. So I'm not saying they're a terrible band. I just never really got into them. But I don't consider them grunge like I do Soundgarden and Alice in Chains. Those bands just boom, boom, boom. They didn't sing songs like Daughter and I just, it's just different. Oh, what if Cliff Burton never died in that horrendous bus accident? Amazing bassist, man. Cliff Burton was an amazing bassist. What if Dave Mustaine stayed with Metallica and Kirk Hammett didn't come along? Dave Mustaine, James Hetfield is a much better frontman and voice with Metallica than Mustaine is with Megadeth, but Megadeth is one of my favorite bands. Megadeth is one of my favorite metal bands. Mustaine is not the frontman Hetfield is, but guitar-wise, come on. Mustaine's one of the greatest. And he made a band, by the way, that competes with Metallica. They are metal legends, Megadeth. I don't know, Johnny. Chris Cornell, rest easy, brother. Yeah, I don't know either, Mr. Chris Crazy. Like Chester from Linkin Park. Like what the F? Like what's going on? What are you guys doing? And they have children on top of that. You have children. You have children. What are you doing? It just doesn't make any sense. Right? It's really weird. Never understood that, man. That's just something like there's people that are just out there that are just hurting in life and don't have the money, the opportunities other people have, and they're not taking their life. I mean, these guys are music stars and legends, and I don't know. I'm not talking about mental illnesses. That's different. I'm not talking about that. I just don't get it. So we got 2 outs. Judge hit the home run, but he's There's already 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Soto and Judge got right out. Mr. Marine, one faded gunner. Saw Metallica 4 times with Burton, the best ever. Those first. Now, you know Mr. Marine and others in here. Stanton's up now. I'd like one more run. Who's up? Oh, Clay Holmes is warming up, guys. It's 3-0 Yankees against the second worst team. Have I said this before? Yes, about 10 times. The second worst team in the entire league at 47-81. Horrendous. They thank the heavens that the Chicago White Sox exist, who are actually way worse than them. And I want Stanton to hit another home run here with 2 outs because Holmes is going to come in with a 3-0 lead, and I'm really nervous about it. I'm not even making a joke. I'm really nervous that he's going to make the Colorado Rockies look like the Los Angeles Dodgers. All of a sudden, these guys are going to get hits and home runs, and I mean, like I don't feel good about this. Stanton needs to give us another run. We need as much insurance runs as possible. And he's strike 2. Mr. Marino, I was saying, kill them all, ride the lightning, master of puppets, justice for all. I believe Iron Maiden is overall a better group than Metallica. Overall, career. People tell me I'm wrong all the time. It's my opinion. But that being said, those 4 albums I just named, Iron Maiden and other bands have never topped that Pocket of Time. Those 4 albums by Metallica, those first 4, are legendary, untouchable. They're legendary, untouchable. By any band. Name me another band that put out 4 albums in a row like that. 4 in a row like that. No other legendary metal band has done that. Not to me. But overall, Iron Maiden is a better band than Metallica career-wise. If that makes sense. Where did I leave off? First Metallica, yep. Okay, James Hetfield has some of my favorite guitar solos. I've seen him live twice, once in Buffalo, once in Toronto. If I could fight my demons from wars I have been in, anyone can do. Oh, man. Yes, Mr. Marine, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Right. You've seen things I could never even imagine. None of us in here can. None of us. Speaking for everybody now, but none of us can even imagine everything that you've been through. I couldn't imagine what that was like. I've had my problems, man, but I'm not like that. And these guys like Chris Cornell and Chester, I mean, what problems did they have? Anthony Bourdain? Like, what are these guys? Robin Williams? What are you guys doing? Like, what's the problem? You guys can get all the help in the world that you need. And I'm not saying because they had a lot of money, because I know to the super rich, after a while, money doesn't mean anything. Just because you can buy a Ferrari tomorrow and travel around the world and not even notice a dent in your bank account, it probably gets old. You know, it's comfortable, but I'm sure it gets old that you can buy anything you want at any time. I'm sure that gets old. So it's not that, but mentally, you can get all the help you need. You got all the connections in the world. What is so bad that you take yourself? Dave Chappelle talked about stuff like that. You know, like one of his shows. I mean, like he said, one of his friends was real successful, then ended up working in like a Foot Locker and got divorced. You know, taken through the mill, lost everything, working in Foot Locker now, and he didn't take his life. I mean. All right, top of the 9th, Clay Holmes is in, guys. Here we go. 2-0 already. First batter, and it's 2-0 already. I'm not kidding you when I tell you guys I'm nervous. Colorado has like 4 hits the entire game, and Clay Holmes is in. It's 2-0 already. Oh, hey, 2-1. Unfortunately, most people think they need to fight them alone. Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's a manly thing. I don't want to look weak. It's not weak. You need help. 3-1. Come on. Don't put the leadoff hitter on. Don't put the leadoff hitter on, man. Come on. He didn't do it yet. I'm just saying. Oh, good. He swung. Thankfully, this guy McMahon swung at a ball. He swung at ball 4, so he fouled it off. Now it's a full count, 3-2. He just did Yankee fans a favor by swinging at that because that was ball 4 he swung at. He just fouled off ball 4. Come on, Holmes. Here we go. Full count. Full count. Top of the 9th. Oh, he walked him. He walked him. Man on first. Here we go. Bruin, no, not Holmes. Right, not Holmes. Gunner, yes, not Holmes. 4 albums in 5 years. Yes, Maiden is better. Yep, Maiden is better. Overall, they are better, but they never put out 4 albums like that. Metallica's first 4 albums, they put them out, but not in a row. So it's like the pocket of time. There we go. Ball 1 to the next batter. Already ball 1. Jeez. Why you just leave Cousins in? Cousins pitched a great 8th inning. Why just leave him in? I mean, we'll walk the first guy. It's 1-0 on the second guy. I'm nervous. All right, 1-1. Money loves misery. Yeah, no doubt. Metallica struggled in the late 90s. Yeah, because they became commercialized. Saint Anger was one of the worst albums, like not even just by them, like by anybody. Strike 2. How he didn't swing at that one. He just cranked that slider that fell right in the middle of the plate. Right there. Right there. How he didn't swing at that, maybe that's why they're 41-87 or whatever the hell they are. Oh, looks like a fly ball. Deep. It's deep. Up. Warning track power. 1 out. All right, 1 out, 1 on. That doesn't mean anything. He's blown these leads with 2 outs. Am I being negative? Hell yeah, I'm being negative. He's given me every reason to be negative. Holmes, yes, Mr. Marine, there's not enough emojis for that. Bruin, there's not enough caps for no, not Holmes. Gunner, yes, awful. The Deftones. Deftones was a funky. I like the Deftones, man. Good one, Bruin. Bruin, that's a good one. Master of Puppets and Justice for All. Not Injustice, but yeah, you're on the right page though. Justice for All, my favorite album by miles. Yeah, Master of Puppets and Justice for All, amazing albums. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning. It's like they just kept building up to a great. And Justice for All is like a massive album. What a great, great album. And the song, the album title, the song itself is incredible. What a great song. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I'm just breaking your chops, Gunner. I know you knew the name. I know you knew the name. That's cool, Bruin. You know what? Just because bands are from the past doesn't mean you can't become a fan. People think, oh, well, you didn't grow up with them, so you can't be a fan now. There's young people I've met that I see wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt, and I ask them about, like, you really know the band, or you just like the shirt? Because Iron Maiden has the greatest t-shirts. They have the greatest logos on their band, the greatest band covers. Eddie, their mascot Eddie, who's the skull and everything. He's the skeleton, and all. You guys have seen my shirts. I have tons of them. People buy them just because they think the freaking designs are awesome. They are awesome. But I've met some young people that actually know the band. They know a lot of their songs, a lot of the people that are in the band. So it's like, cool, man, good. That's the other thing Iron Maiden has is the greatest designs on their album covers and their t-shirts, man. I got at least 5 or 6 of them, man. So we got 2 outs. 2 outs. Holmes walks the first guy. There's 2 outs. 1 man on. 3-0 lead. I'm still not comfortable until it's 3 outs. People are sometimes shocked when I tell them bands I listen to because of my age. It's never too late to learn all this stuff, man. And it's really great because a lot of these bands today suck. You get into old school music, man. Like I said, I grew up, man. I still like old school rap better than new. Still love Public Enemy and Cypress Hill. And strike 1. Biggie, Tupac, all the guys from back then. Body Count. I think we mentioned in here, Body Count, to me, they were the first rock rap band. Ice-T, they don't get the credit for it, but they're really the first. Body Count. Oh my gosh, did we do it? Did we do it? Clay Holmes gets a save. We witnessed it right here in the basement. Clay Holmes gets a save. We witnessed it right here in the basement because the last 2 or 3 times that he was on, or at least that I was on, not in a row, he blew them. Yankees win 3-0. 3-0. We should sweep this team. People are sometimes, I read that, Gunner, and I would believe that, but hey man, getting into music, man, you just keep playing the songs. When I grew up, you bought an album, you played the entire album. Nowadays, everything's about one hit, without giving the rest of the band. I don't even think bands make whole albums. I don't know. But back when I grew up, and I was punished a lot for my report cards. I was punished a lot for my report cards. So I listened to all the albums that I had. We'd skateboard or ride bikes to the freaking to the mall, and you would buy an album and skateboard back home or ride your bike back home. I had plenty of them. I listened to tons of Rush, Maiden, Metallica, Public Enemy. I listened to the entire albums. And then you found out songs that you loved that the radio never played. Back then, like I always say, I could make a greatest hits of B-side Rush. B-side, the flip side of the vinyl. The flip side that never made the radio. I could do a greatest hits of B-side Rush that you never heard of these songs, and they're better than a lot of the songs that were on the radio hits. Frank Sinatra, come on. Now we're talking. Guys. I mean, you were going legendary status now, guys. That is an album. Look at that, man. And Dawn just got this for me. Look at all those hits, man. Hits after hits after hits. Come on. Come on. Game's over, guys. We are going to wrap it up here. I'll be back on Monday. Washington Nationals, New York Yankees. I will just assume they're going to sweep the rest of the series here against the Rockies, please. Oh, let's check some scores before I go. All right, the Orioles right now are losing 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll get if the Astros hold on, we'll get a 2.5 game lead there. And the Red Sox are losing 9-2 in the 8th inning. So they will drop, as if things stay the same way, the Red Sox will drop to 8 games back, and the Orioles will drop to 2.5 back. So while the Red Sox and Orioles are playing tough teams, how about we sweep the Rockies and sweep the Nationals and keep this train moving? Because last time we had opportunities against bottom feeders in the league, we went 8-7. Really pathetic. Gunnar, Sinatra was one of the most talented musicians ever. No doubt. Come on, man. That's a legend. Night Warriors, be safe. And Mr. Marine, listen to Sinatra every day. Yeah, see, we're people think like when people listen to metal, a lot of people think we don't like anything else. They're just like hard, angry. No. We love a lot. I love a lot of different styles of music. A lot of it. I love old school R&B. Love old school R&B. I'm a huge Prince fan. I've told you guys that a million times. Prince is incredible. And besides his radio stuff, this man, you could YouTube Prince's greatest guitar solos. YouTube Prince's greatest guitar solos and sit back and listen to the way he tears up Radiohead's Creep. You know the song Creep? Listen to the guitar solo on that. He does a guitar solo for Just My Imagination. Is like a 4-minute guitar solo. Pull up Prince's greatest guitar solos. You'll see what I mean. Insane. Good night, everybody. That's freaking awesome, Johnny. Sinatra's one of the most talented musicians ever. Yes, yeah, the vinyl, please. I haven't opened it yet. Rock got it for me. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to. I just got a record player. I got I'll show it to you guys buried under there. I got it. I'm going to be setting that up soon for down here. Night Warriors, healthy everyone. Glad Holmes didn't blow it. We witnessed it right here, Bruin. He didn't blow the game. We witnessed it right here in the basement. Good night, everybody. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you guys so much for your support. As always, I will see you all Monday night, 6:45, Yankees, Nationals. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Go for the Yankee sweep. And we're out of here. Thanks, guys.